departing momentarily for gates 100 through 129.
Orlando and Central Florida have so much to offer. There's a good chance you didn't see it. So please come back and visit us again very soon. This is Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer, and we hope you enjoyed your Orlando experience.
Okay.
Please hold on to the handrail. When the shuttle stops, please exit for gates 100 through 129.
Ladies and gentlemen aboard Trump Force One, thank you so much for being with us today. We will be getting going shortly. We are just getting all of our paperwork all set up before we go here. This is your pilot speaking, and welcome you aboard Force One. And our flight doesn't want to come down. We'll help you out with anything you need. We're just getting all of our paperwork all set up. We will be with you in a moment, and we'll be taking off very shortly. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard. I'm sure, this is your pilot speaking again, and I'm sure many of you are enjoying right now the in-flight entertainment of Hippy Dippy Roundtable with the Hake Report. Make sure that you give a like and a subscribe and show your appreciation. We will be getting off very shortly. Thank you very much. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for takeoff. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. I am your captain, the American Anchor Baby, and it's an absolute pleasure to have you all here today aboard Trump Force One today, operated by our lovely Delta Airlines crew. We are flying out of Palm Beach International to Michigan on a mission to get the president's crew over to Michigan for some major campaigning. We welcome all of our passengers with a message from the president himself. He says, "I know first class is only for the ballers, but remember, you are all first class in my books and when you're in my plane. The best, the greatest." We should have a pretty smooth flight with a small chance of turbulence, folks, on our way up to 47,000 feet, a special flight level for our president. So let's get up there, kick back, and relax. You are watching Nick Stream. Absolutely incredible, folks. Thank you so much for being with me today on this fine flight, this special flight here, Trump Force One, in support and all that. Should be a nice flight, not too much weather. A little small chance of turbulence on our way up here, getting over the cloud ceiling, but it looks like we're fine. We might have some more turbulence on our way back down once we get to Detroit. But like I said, should be a smooth flight on the A320neo with the Trump livery. Livery? No, it's livery. So we're getting up there to 47,000 feet. That's flight level 470. And I'm sure all of you are enjoying some of you have your screen in front of you set to a different channel right now, and I hope you're also supporting Heavyweight Hake. I've not had a chance. As your pilot, of course, all focused on the flight getting us home safely. I haven't had a chance to check out Hake on the Hippy Dippy Roundtable, which should be going on right now. I'm seeing you guys talk about it a little bit. Show some support for the Heavyweight Hake. It's nice to see him back in the ring, undefeated. Very cool. Hippy Dippy Roundtable might be a little messy for some, but you guys love it. Come on. You guys love it. And we have our very special first class super chatters. We will get you all in first class. The flight attendants will get you out of your seat, bring you to first class once we are up in the air. Thank you for purchasing a first class ticket. But like Trump said, you're flying Trump Force One. You know what that means. You're all first class in my eyes. Okay? It's a nice plane, okay? So it's a pleasure to have you here on this fine Friday. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Getting in from work, doing your thing. I want to say hello to the people here. I am the American Anchor Baby. I'm your captain, the American Anchor Baby. There's my hat. Okay. It's nice to see you here. It's nice to see you with dual attention on the Heavyweight Hake. I don't blame you. But thanks. I've seen many of you here today with me that were with us last night on our first movie night on the Discord. I think that was a success, folks. I think that was an absolute success. I personally think the movie pick was also a banger in terms of, I don't know. I'm not a cineast, the Anchor Baby, the cineast. But I felt like it hit some of those, I almost cringed to say the word Kino. Very just cinematic, and the plot, I mean, you know, these older movies, you can't beat them with plot-wise and the acting, and it was cool. The themes were cool. Look, we watched The Wicker Man. And if you ever want to be part of the Discord movie night, the link is in the description if you want to join the Discord. We watched the original Wicker Man, 1970s. And the themes were, it was dark, and especially the ending, jeez. My little heart did not enjoy the ending. There was not a happy ending. Poor, not the Christian. No, they did that to the Christian. Try not to spoil. The themes of men and women, knowledge and liberty, the dark and the light. I mean, it was good. It was well done. Honestly, if you ask me, I think it's very boring, banal, and useless to say, well, it's just satanic. It's just bad and demonic, and it's just bad. Or the other way. Oh, you're afraid of knowledge and liberty, you Christian. You prude. Or it's very boring and pedestrian, if I may. I think the theme of the pursuit of knowledge itself is just an interesting theme. The pursuit of knowledge unto itself, where you just seek in knowledge. It's twisted. Paganism. It's interesting. It's not even knowledge itself that is bad, but the pursuit of it for its own sake. And all the themes of occult. The occult really is about knowledge when you think about it. The truly occult is about Satan's first affront, his creation of his own kingdom, convincing the woman Eve that she wants liberty, etc. So it was pretty twisted. Okay, the ending was twisted. You know, I was telling myself too. I was like, I don't want to just be just plain disturbing on Halloween. That's so pedestrian, if I may again. That's so just be disturbing. Like, it seems like everybody, all the movies, it's all just how twisted can I be? And some of them are well done. There's A24 movies and all that, but I was telling myself I don't just want to be twisted and disturbing, and that's pretty much what it was yesterday. Maybe I'm a little twisted or something, but it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Thanks everybody for joining. Be part of the Discord if you'd like. It's fun. The link is in the description if you want to be part of it. Okay, folks. So we are flying beautifully right now, kicking it back a little bit. And I want to jump into some of the stuff I want to get into, okay? We're flying Trump Force One, and I want to talk about a man. A couple of men, maybe males and men, maybe males and one man. There really are so few males versus men. A man, I'm talking about Trump. Okay, we're flying Trump Force One. I believe he's going to talk to the Muslims in Dearborn, Michigan, no? So we're getting his team all situated over there. I wanted a side note here, mention the production on the flight stream is a little bit messed up because my new system, I didn't quite account for all the little details that I'm used to with the other system. So your immersion may be broken. Don't let that bother you too much. Don't let that bother you too much. Okay. So, I wanted to jump in since we're flying Trump Force One, and I wanted to mention a few things. Initially, I wanted to get into this mess between these two guys, these two men, one male, one man, maybe. You know them, Donald Trump and Mark Cuban. You know Mark Cuban, I'm sure. He's like, is he a billionaire? Is Mark Cuban a billionaire? In 2018, Cuban was number 190 on Forbes' list of world's richest people with a net worth of $3.9 billion. Billion. So these are the billionaires. So two billionaires walk into a bar. You know, Mark Cuban, you know him a little bit because he does not like Trump, if you've been following anything at all, I guess. They don't like it. Well, Cuban doesn't really like Trump. I'd say Trump doesn't pay him too much mind, except when he has to, I guess. They have a bit of a story going back. Back when Trump was The Apprentice, you know, he ran The Apprentice. He did his show. Very successful. The Apprentice, you're fired. See, Cuban in 2004 had a rival show called The Benefactor. I didn't know that. So it's kind of funny thinking about our nameless benefactor who donates to the show sometimes. Definitely, that person loved the plantation streams. And our nameless benefactor who's gone back into obscurity, maybe because we haven't been on the plantation lately. He was the nameless benefactor supporting the show. So was it Mark Cuban? I don't know. But they've had some business rivalries and all that. What's funny about Mark Cuban is he initially was supportive of Trump versus Hillary, crooked Hillary, and he was initially supportive. Then things flipped, and he was all like, "No, this guy is crazy." So Mark Cuban at it again as the election comes up. You know, he's all into Kamala Harris, supporting her, doing his thing, trying to bring attention to this criminal and adjudicated sexual abuser. They say such evil people about Trump. And they had a little bit. Trump responded to some mess from Mark Cuban. And of course they say, oh, well, Trump is so weak. He's so insecure. He wants to fight. But it's so classic Trump. I love it. I need to show you. He's on Twitter, no less, responding to Mark Cuban's recent comments about basically Trump surrounding himself with stupid women or something like that. And it's so classic and awesome. I need to show you Trump responding to this Mark Cuban. Here he is. Let's get me on screen. Oh, yes, that's right. Let me do this. And so here he is, Donald Trump. Mark Cuban, a really dumb guy who thinks he's hot stuff, but he's absolutely nothing. is now out there saying that I don't surround myself with strong women. Actually, he is very wrong. Very wrong. I surround myself with the strongest of women, with the understanding that all women are great, whether strong or not strong. This guy is such a fool. He's constantly on television being critical, and only for the reason that I tuned him out completely while president, because he called me incessantly. I told him very pointedly, look, Mark, I've got a lot of things to do. I just can't be taking so many pointless calls from you. In any event, that affected him greatly because he's a very insecure guy and a major loser, always has been and always will be. Nobody likes him. Nobody respects him. He's unattractive both inside and out. He should go back to talk about the person he was forced to support because I didn't want it. Lion Kamala Harris. Also, he's got no club head speed. Where are my golfers at? You got to explain that one to me. All I can gather, it's about golf. I may, in fact, be surrounded by the strongest women in the world, he says, including heads of countries who make Mark look like a baby. All strong women and women in general should be very angry about this weak man's statement. Trump supporting women and telling them to be angry, beta male. But not quite. Oh, wait, I need to see what I'm doing. Not quite. You know, it's so refreshing, okay? Ugly and inside and out that he says it like that. It's so clear Trump sees that in people, like what they're about. He sees beyond the fleshy exterior. Or at least he tries, you know? That's what he pays attention to. Where have you seen a man operate like that on this level, to such an audience, to this many people? I personally never heard stuff like that growing up. Seriously. And then, like, the inside versus the outside, like, I don't think anyone really knew what that meant growing up. And if they did, they never said. And he's so right. It's so insecure. Insecure people love to attack. Insecure people love to attack. And all the insecure people love to say, oh, look at Trump. He's full of grievances. Stay on message, man. What about the issues? Why is he so mad? He wants to fight. When he's correcting the record quickly and moving on. Oh, but he's ranting and raving. Based Trump shouting out the strong women heads of country. You know, he loves the women. And where are you really going to get that from anyone else, this level of honesty? With the understanding that all women are great, he says, whether strong or not strong. That's just true. They're all the women of America and all that, right? They're whether strong or not strong. I love that. You don't really get that anywhere. You don't get that. You honestly don't get that anywhere. It's great to see. So Trump versus Cuban, the man versus the male. You know, all sorts of all sorts of issues, talking about the issues, all sorts of issues on people's minds. For the women, it's abortion. But for some, sensible people, war is on the horizon. It is the chaos in the world is ever increasing. The dotted lines are appearing all over Google World Maps. Google keeps a good record of what borders are in dispute. And when you start seeing the dotted lines, it's like people are fighting. And they got all this, it seems like the world, all sorts of people around the world, leaders and all that, very ambitious. They're feeling it's their time. And so there's an interesting little headline that I wanted to mention from the New York Post. Trump told Netanyahu to end the war by January if he wins the election. Pretty tough sounding, right? I mean, it's an amazing headline here for a moment. Former President Donald Trump told Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that he wants the war in Gaza to finished by the time he returns to office in January. Based. I will say, to be fair, he says finish the war in Gaza. I mean, can we talk about Lebanon? Can we talk about some of these other places? But Iran, but okay. That being said, I love it. He's like, you got to finish the war. You got to finish the killing. Finished by the time he returns to office in January if he wins the election next week. The Republican presidential candidate reportedly made the demand when he hosted Netanyahu and his wife. He did it in front of his wife at his Mar-a-Lago resort in July, giving the primer his ideal date on when the war should conclude. Trump added that before his Inauguration Day celebration, Israel must fully secure Gaza and return the 97 hostages still being held by Hamas. It has to get over with fast, he added. Get your victory, get it over with. It has to stop. The killing has to stop. Look, whatever you think about the powers that be, there's a lot of people smarter on this than I. I'm just not there. And there's all sorts of influences and money, and people are quite smart on this stuff. Great stuff to talk about. It's a little realer than Democrat versus Republican. Like, come on, left and right. It's factions. But anyways. But for a moment here, for the layman, for us here, you think Kamala Harris or Cornel West, that's someone who gets pushed, maybe only on my chat. Cornel West is going to stand up to these world leaders, tell Benjamin Netanyahu, you got to end it. You just got to. A leader of his own country, sovereign, they say. It's about the man. It's about the man handling it. It's so clear. It's so clear Trump is navigating this mess. And you know what? I don't know what the outcome's going to be. There are some interesting players and money and all that influence going around. They all want something from the man. They all want something from the man. They all need something from the man. So that's a different relationship from Kamala, from feeble Biden, or Cornel West. It's like they don't need anything from them. They'll get what they want and more. But everyone needs something from Trump. But a man knows his position of dominance, how everyone needs him, yet he works with them. He works and navigates. And you know what? We need a strong white man to get these Semites under control. That's how I feel about it. Call me narrow-minded. Call me narrow-minded. They're all Semites to me. Call me a bigot. I'm messing around. But we need a strong white man to get these, right? Isn't it Semites, Arabs, the Jews, all of them, the desert people? Look, get these Semites under control, okay? You understand what's happening? You understand that B-53 nukes rule the sky? There are plans to wipe out millions of people should it need to happen. Whatever order these weapons hold, whatever impose on the world, unraveling in some edges, and ambitious people are grabbing power. People vying for their place in the world. They want to be the top dog. And it's not love. It's ego. Ego's out of control. Sure, America too. But we're here. So we need an actual adult to get the desert bambinos, meaning children, bambinos are children, under control, okay? That's what's up. Okay? I see calls coming in, and I do appreciate it. I'm glad to get to all of you. 844-900-2229. That's 844-900-BABY. I see calls coming in. Don't go anywhere. I will get to you. Appreciate it. But get these Semites under control. Where was I? You know, there's ambition in the world. It requires a man to navigate it. Putin, a revanchist in some senses. Sure, there are many who like his style. They like that Russia's like Christian, and they are affronting the gay NATO. Gay NATO who wants pride parades in every NATO country. But these are revanchists. He wants to take Ukraine, NATO, Israel, center of trade and commerce, setting themselves up. It's all ego. It's all pharaohs and kings. And no, not the pharaoh. Is Frederick even here? I'm messing with you, Frederick, but the pharaohs were different than you think, I think. But look, hey, I was trying to make a joke. It didn't fly. Where was I? It's going to take a man. There's a fly on my mic. There's a fly in your microphone. Look, where was I? Let me continue here because calls are coming in. 844-900-2229. We have amazing, beautiful, great super chats coming in. We're going to get to all of them. On this. What's that sound? It sounds like, turn it up. Is there like a fluttering? We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going. We'll figure it out. Seems like people can hear me at least. On this, the men and the males, the strong people you need, and loving all, strong or not. And the election coming up. I can't help but I'll bring up again a topic we got into the other day about vices that was inspired or set off by the Democrats' pitch to men. Their pitch to the men lately has been so on the nose and revealing, as if it wasn't always this way, but this divide between men and women and how the different camps or the factions are forming. The Republicans are men, and the women, they want an abortion. They don't care about what's going on. And they say he's an adjudicated sexual abuser. Lying, believing lies is crazy. In that, there's been a pitch to the men. How do we get the men to come out and vote for it? Where are the Democratic men? I know what we'll do. Let's offer them free money, weed, legalization of drugs, porn, abortions. It's for the men too. It's for the Democratic men. Look, they'll put out stuff like this where they say, abortion makes men more free. Pete Buttigieg says, you're more free. You're not punished with a baby. Outreach to black men vows to legalize weed. Vulgar pro-porn ad, which we played the other day for Dems, show man in a sex act. These are the signs of a weak man. You understand? They just are. For all the conversation we had that day, man, these are the signs of a spiritually weak individual because you're allowing yourself to be used. And yes, we had the conversation, the lack of understanding most people have about these things, about what makes you spiritually weak. It's caused all sorts of people to judge each other. Like, look at them doing porn. So now they're the enemy. Or look at these people, these Republicans, wanting to ban things. They're afraid of knowledge. They're cavemen. They're the enemy. It's not the thing itself. It's not the action itself. It's the heart. And so you got a whole bunch of people mad at the wrong thing. But it remains, these are the signs of a person in prison, in hell. And of course, your prison is a lot. Your prison, the bars that make up your prison are a lot more than porn. I mean, that really is way, way, way down the line of what I'm talking about. So without especially demonizing them and misunderstanding the whole thing, you can see that the Democrats know their voters are those that have totally resigned into these things. You can see the Democrats know their voters. They know them well. Or they at least see nothing wrong with it. And what happens when you challenge someone's prison? What happens when you challenge it? They get mad at you. You tell them you could be free. They get mad. You don't have to live like that. So it's quite interesting to support these vices like it's your freedom. It's quite interesting. And like it's your right. I mean, it is your right. But damn, you're okay living like this? That's a list of what single mothers allow to keep their sons at home. Incredible. Appreciate you all being here. So, I want to finish this up here and get to calls. This thing here. I want to finish up here. Allow me to finish here. 844-900-2229. Thanks for the calls and super chats. We're going to do it all, folks. But I want to finish up here. I wanted to speak on an interesting thing here with the women, if I may, for a moment. Let's talk about the ladies. The election, the ladies. Women are unhappy. There are some women that are quite unhappy with a certain quote. Something Trump said recently. Get this. What's the quote? What's got some particular women not too happy with Trump? The quote is this: whether the women like it or not, I am going to protect them. Whether the women like it or not, I am going to protect them, he said. And what are which women am I talking about? Which women are not too happy? Women like Kennedy for Daily Mail. This is Kennedy, I don't know too much about her, but I've seen her around. She's been on Fox. She's been all over. She has like a show on Fox, maybe used to. Definitely a common name on Fox. And I see you callers. Don't go anywhere. Going to get to you. 844-900-2229. She's a right conservative lady. She seems like a smart lady. I don't know too much, but I've seen her around. She's been in the conservative world for a bit now. She's been here for a minute. And she's not too happy with whether the women like it or not. I am going to protect them. Kennedy said for Daily Mail said. She wrote, "Geez, Donald, can you soften it a smidge? Can you soften it a smidge? You need to soften it, man. Don't you know you're turning off women? The women's." These are some of the women, and she's not the only one. There's another conservative Trump supporter woman. And these are like political junkie commentators. Maybe I should call them a political junkie. More like political brain rot. These are public figures who comment on politics. They've been in it for a while. And they got like some kind of political brain rot where it's all about strategies. And it makes some sense, I guess, but I'm not like into that world really. So allow me to come at it from my view. See, they're saying Trump is going to lose the election because he's too bro-tastic. Cool it with the bro stuff, Trump. Cool it with being a man. You're being too much of a man. You know, on a strategic political level, there may even be a right instinct on this in a sense. But not because of anything Trump is doing. This is the part they miss. Not because of anything Trump is particularly doing to alienate women. And they want him to, what they want him to do is follow their guidance on how to get women voters. But notice you don't have to do that with men. You know, have you noticed that? It's like you got all these groups that you can, low IQ, you could put out, you could just bust them to the polls. You can show them the political ad, the Latinos. So do it in Spanish. Do it with some salsa. Oh, he's talking to us, the Latino vote. So you're admitting that women, the racial minorities, all these people are quite immoral people because they need to be spoken to as an identity group. You know, you can't do that with real individuals who are usually men, but of which there are a few even in there anyways. So let me show you on this vibe with these women. Megyn Kelly, a name you might know.
Well, that's
Megyn Kelly, she's a nice lady, right? Megyn Kelly making some noise about Trump's recent Madison Square Garden. Way too bro-tastic, way too manly. Check it out. Watch this.
It wasn't a Nazi rally. All that's nonsense. But I'm telling you, even for me, and I voted for Donald Trump last week, it was too bro-tastic. Okay? It was. You're trying to win an election in which you're hemorrhaging female voters. Maybe when you present in front of hundreds, thousands at least, at Madison Square Garden, you clean up the bro talk just a little so you don't alienate women in the middle of America who are already on the fence about Republicans. Do they have no women advising their campaign? Is there no actual woman sitting behind the scenes coming up with the guest lineup and saying, let's just have a word with the guys who are going to be speaking about this isn't the bar. This isn't their living room. This is a campaign. This is politics. We're trying to get him elected. We don't need to rally the base.
We don't need the boys. Can you not, she says, with this smarmy mama attitude. They're really in the wrong place, these women. Flip-flop Megyn, we love Megyn, I think, right? She was mad at Trump for mean remarks about women. Remember back a while ago, she heavily questioned him, like, are you a misogynist? And you know, all people can repent of their judgments, okay? All people, even Megyn Kelly. But this is what it looks like when they don't. They keep their judgment. It's just back in their back of their minds, ready to, when you say something they don't like. And you know what's crazy about it is you convince the judgmental people and use this as a sign to reflect and see what's going on with you. But the judgment always, judgmental people are like this. They convince themselves in their mind that you somehow changed. You now meet this criteria. Oh, he's not a woman hater. He's not a misogynist. And it's never that they were wrong. It's never that they were wrong, their framework and their judgment. No. but this person now is in the good books. How can you think of someone, how can a loving, non-judgmental person think of someone, oh, I support them now, I thought he hated women, and then when they say something you don't like, now they are that thing again. You haven't learned anything. Trump is not hemorrhaging female voters. Hemorrhaging female voters. She makes it seem like Trump campaign is pushing them away. That the right women like Trump, trust me. The rest just simply don't, and they won't because they hate him. They hate masculinity itself. And they've been trained not to trust it by other women and ultimately by the great deceiver in the minds and hearts of men. Or, well, women, I guess, in this case. This so-called bleeding is because women are evil. He isn't alienating women by telling them he's going to protect them. He's attracted all these sensible ones, okay? The fact that so many are voting for Kamala, that the divide is gender in this case, and that they constitute enough that it's a challenge, shows how far gone they are. Clean up the bro talk. This is a campaign. What about the issues, she says later, not in that clip. What about the issues? If you don't know the issues by now, then you just want to go with your knee-jerk reaction. Like, you haven't heard Trump talk about the issues? I don't even watch rallies. I know it. And so I can't sit there and watch a rally unless it's like the Madison Square Garden one. That was pretty spicy. I know. I get it. I get it at this point. So I want to finish up with this last thing on the ladies since we're talking about women. And then we're going to get to, we have an interesting caller, I think, 844-900-2229. I'm going to finish up with this. On the women, since we're talking about the ladies. Women. You know, I was thinking about the last Fallen State episode just passed by. The FallenState.tv with Jesse Lee Peterson. You know, that guy he had on, I forget his name. He said it so naturally that women can play in men's sports. No. The men can't play in women's sports. They're stronger than the women. It's such an intellectual answer, too. Like, it's so-called reasonable. He said, well, they're competing up. They're competing up. And that's totally the reasonable position, right? Like, well, if they can hack it, well, more power to you. The part of having men is that they are not women. And so their spaces and the things they do can't be held back and mongrelized. Is that the word? Maybe diluted by women. They're in the wrong place. It'll never work. I want to show you a little video on. We're about to nitpick, okay? So I apologize. It pains me to nitpick, but I must. It pains me because sometimes the nitpicking it's not helpful because you're just taking away from a point. Why? Because you just want to make your point. But we're going to nitpick here. It's important. Then we're going to get right to calls. 844-900-2229. This Carl Benjamin, who's been on with Jesse Lee Peterson, posts this and writes, one day women will collectively realize what feminism has taken from them. And he plays this little video. And I'm going to nitpick the lady here, the seemingly conservative lady. I think she's conservative and making some points against feminism. So it's like rock on, right on. Why are you nitpicking, Nick? But I have to. You'll see why, hopefully.
I would love to be a stay-at-home mom. I would love to be a homemaker and a wife. I would love to be able to live on a homestead and go milk my cow and take the eggs out of the chicken coop and have one baby in the belly and on my hip and another toddler coming behind me. That's like my dream, but I can't fucking do that because the way the economy is set up is I'm forced to work. I'm forced to get an education, a higher education, a college degree in order to make enough money that I can be financially independent and afford my own home or my own rent or my own gas or my own groceries, my own insurance. And it's extremely difficult to do that. And it's very isolating as a woman when you have to do all of that all on your own and you can't find somebody that you can outsource some of those chores and financial responsibilities like you would with a spouse. So no, being a single working woman absolutely sucks. It's the worst thing ever. I hate it. I would go back to the 1950s in a second just so I wouldn't have to deal with this shit.
You're talking about a traditional nuclear family where the woman doesn't work in a married household with kids.
And statistically, that was the case.
You're a single woman who isn't married with kids yet.
Oh!
So I'm forced because of the way it is. Most women were married by the age of 21 up until the 1970s.
I think it's a woman's choice. Before that, it was societally encouraged to marry young.
Yeah, and it was better for women mental health-wise, long-term, to be able to go into that long-term committed relationship and have the established family instead of being forced to slave away for a corporation that doesn't like you, doesn't care about you, makes you sit under fluorescent lights for 8, 9, 10 hours a day. You get a lunch break, you get health insurance, but do you have somebody who loves you staring at you every day like your child? No, it's horrible.
Yo, based? Is that the trad wife? Yo, who's marrying her first, yo? You know, I realize why it pains me to nitpick. Because it seems like it's personal. But I realize, I know my heart, that's not personal at all. So I don't need to be pained about nitpicking. At least not in this case. You know, I can say that for sure. In this case, there's not an iota of hate on this lady. And so she's like the conservative there on doing one of these panels. Seems to be making some points against feminism. Some that maybe many of you have already heard. But I need a nitpick here. Because it sounds nice, but it's a decoy. See, she says, I would love to be a homemaker and a wife. I would love to do it, but I'm forced to do it. Then do it. Then do it. Then do it. She says, I can't do that. I'm forced to work. You know, everybody has to work, okay? Everybody has to work. I'm wondering if the women who are learning about the 1950s and the order of men and women, are they thinking that women just never worked? You know, like even on a homestead, she's talking about, I want to go to a homestead. It's my dream to be on a homestead and farm. That sounds like work. Are you sure? You know what I'm saying? Like, or in the olden times, in the 1950s or before, when the woman stayed home, you think women didn't work? There's a lot to do in the household. You're raising children. What do you think homesteading is? Forced to get a college degree? Forced to get a higher education? Wait, hold on. That's going down a weird path. She's very isolating as a woman. I wonder how men feel all the time. And they shouldn't feel isolated, but I'm just, what's this whole isolated as a woman? You know, you can see the guys next to her smiling too, like, yeah, you're so based, get him. And I'm sure she's a nice lady. Look, but like, what if a guy said that to you? Like, I'm forced to work and blah, blah, blah. You would say, shut up and get a job. Stop crying. She's talking about outsourcing chores and financial responsibilities. And normally that's fine. Like, that sounds fine, honestly. It sounds like a marriage. But my spidey senses are tingling when I'm hearing the women say, outsourcing chores. And it's like, what chores are we outsourcing here? What's your role in the home? Let's talk about it. What do you think about dishes? We got to talk about it. You know, they're saying the men have to do the chores so that they may stay married. You see the ladies at the Skim do this report on, I think the ladies at the Skim on how men, they need to do more housework so that you could stay married. Or the implication being, or she'll divorce you. So you're admitting women are evil. They want to destroy the home because you won't do chores. Look, being a single working woman absolutely sucks. She says, but it's funny, the younger liberal seeming girl on the other side of her says, but you're single though. You're talking about women married with children, which you're not. And she's like, oh, because of the way society is. Because of the way society is, okay? Most people used to get married at 21. That was a different people. And you're in for a world of hurt, looking at the past and trying to force it today, okay? You're in a world of hurt. Those types of people go to the country to homestead and they give up. Wait, where's the Starbucks? You growing the beans now, honey. You growing the beans now, honey, and guess what? That's work. Here's the truth. You're not going to convince women. You're not going to convince anyone. It's not about convincing. It's not about fighting. I think some of this is letting me see a little bit more of all this talk on drop the fight, lay your weapons down. Jesse Lee Peterson talks about lay your weapons down. I'm starting to see that there's no point in convincing and fighting. It's not about that at all. Because here's the truth. You're not convincing women. Women are happier than ever, you dummy. Happiness is not peace, by the way, but they're happier than ever. Single is the Skim. Single women are happier with their relationship statuses, sexual satisfaction, and have less of a desire to find a partner than single men. You know that's true. The study suggests women might have less to gain in heterosexual relationships. Yep. Wait, what's the implication there? What the? Plus, who wants to fight over the division of all that unpaid household labor? Unpaid household labor. You mean keeping your home like a good home. Women also have more financial freedom than ever before. They have less need for a man. Researchers have theorized that women tend to have stronger social relationships than men. So they got their attention, they got their community, they got their money, they got... The reason we don't have families is because women want it that way. And the men are involved and are going along with it. They leave the family up to the women. Oh, feminism, they're going to realize the error of their ways. No. The only women that are realizing the error of their ways alongside with the men and doing the work are the women in my chat. And you know how crazy they are. I'm messing with you. I'm just joking around. But really, I shout out to the ladies in the chat. Yeah, they're happier than ever. And that's not peace, but... So, in conclusion, that's why you drop your weapons. That's why you got to focus on you, your life, being a master of your domain, your mind, your body, and not looking at anyone else, not even the women. Like, I mean, I guess you could talk about him. I'm not hating on him. I'm just talking about stuff. But I'm trying to illustrate that it's really about keeping the eyes on yourself. For all the little criticisms, you hear them say, oh, women are hypergamous sluts or whatever. And people got full of problems. The men are full of problems. So lay your weapons down, okay, and vote Trump on Tuesday or whatever. Yeah. Let's get to calls here, super chats and all that. My caller here has been waiting so patiently, so I want to shout out. I hope you could hear me, but let me shout out the super chat, first class super chatters right away, real quick, and then get right to my caller. You're on Trump Force One right now, and I want to welcome the ballers, the few, those who are special, where they are entering a room where there is neither Jew nor Gentile, male or female, only baller or not. And we appreciate the ballers on today's Trump Force One flight. David Morgan, thank you for the super chat, says, Nick, you're so Canadian. Can you tell me what about me so Canadian? I'd love to hear it, David. Terry Strange, see you in the chat amongst the fellas. But, like I said, a baller first in this room. Terry Strange with the super chat, thank you. Lin Yan Chin with the back-to-back super chats reads, at laminar flow, your mastery of breath is your mastery of blood. Blood which augments your intent or nerve impulse conductivity. Yes, intent means the nerve force in your central nervous system. Flow of nerve force grows more efficient as it slowly reforges the nerves conducting said force, reforging the nerves into something that can facilitate a much higher power and duration of conduction. Lin Yan Chin, the things you say about me sometimes are quite insightful. The things you say about reality, at times you speak in tongues to me, but I gather that you're speaking about this connection between the spiritual and the physical, how the physical can eventually be forced to represent something beyond itself. That's what I gather, Lin Yan Chen. Thank you for always the interesting super chats. Delighted to be here, of course. Won't be left behind. In you go. Says, I almost missed my flight because I wore the wrong t-shirt. Thanks for saving my first class seat. And it's a pleasure to have you here. Delighted to be here. Very nice. I think that's all of our supporters. I am on rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. And we appreciate you watching over there. Thank you, Woozy. Thank you, Jules Verne. Always a pleasure. I saw you, Jules Verne, at movie night. Very nice. Hold on. We're getting an ad. Enough with the ads, Rumble. Although I appreciate it. And we also have our supporters on D Live. Thank you, Games for Rec. You are in the Ballers Lounge. Enjoy it for being a supporter on D Live. Folks, very nice. Let's get to calls. How about it, folks? Ladies and gentlemen, I keep using this non-gendered language. Let me check the Buy Me a Coffees. Hold on. buymeacoffee.com/anchor baby. And we do have, in fact, a coffee from Carver. Thank you so much. Make your way to the first class, sir. Carver says, hey, Nit, do you agree with me that if President Trump did want to achieve some sort of immortal 1,000-year God Emperor reign, the most direct practical path, the way with the highest realistic likelihood of success given our current world situation, would in fact be to form an alliance with mad robot and AI scientist Elon Musk, give home the technological resources and unlimited budget of the U.S. governments, and then put his brain in some sort of cybernetic robot body. For the sake of your channel, this is purely hypothetical and definitely not from my time-traveling contact. Sir, Carver, not only are you correct that this is the only pathway that we can see, that is the most reasonable thing we could see to a God Emperor Trump. It's the only one that makes sense, sir. You are absolutely correct. I have to say, though, the implications, Carver. The implications, Carver. As you might know already, and I hope, and I'm not trying to dox your time-traveling contact, but I hope your time-traveling contact has told us that it's not going to end up like this. And if you know, you know, okay? God Emperor Trump. Very cool. Like that Hispanic lady at one of those rallies, she's like, I'm here to see God. I'm here to see God, our savior, Trump. And the reporter's like, God, our savior? She's like, yes. Based lady. All right, that's all of our supporters. Thank you so much, folks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, jeez. Let's get to Johnny, I believe, out of Tejas. Johnny, thank you so much for your call. You're on the air.
This is your captain speaking. Please, no niggers on the plane.
Is that guy? I don't know if he's. I don't know if that was like a good guy making a joke that he didn't know, or was it that guy who sucks? Whatever. Anyways, 844-900-2229. Are you guys still watching Hippy Dippy Roundtable? Is that still going? You know, I'm gonna have to catch up because I love watching the Hake Report. The Hake Report. When he's out there, rocking and rolling against the, everybody. And he's probably such a heavyweight because I don't know if he goes in with the mentality to fight. He just kind of speaks his mind, man. And I'm sure many of you have been paying attention and keeping some views, not views, keeping a second ear, on the Hippy Dippy Roundtable here. It's already, this is my first look at it actually. Oh, we got Stardust. We got Dylan Burns. We got. We don't really know who that is. Is this Aircraft Sparky or whatever his name is? And of course, Hake in the middle. They put him in the middle. Very cool. What are they even talking about? Let's tune in a little bit.
He raised his hand a while ago, and we didn't get him actually technically. So I want to make sure we can throw it over to Jake. And the kick's about to wrap up soon. Get your votes in because it's about to end up in the last pit.
If you're a Trump supporter, it's because you haven't been using your critical thinking. It's because you've been using your emotions, and it's obvious because you keep freaking out, little guy. Like you keep fucking losing your mind every time people.
I'm laughing at you guys because you guys believe everything you see online.
Freaking out, but you can't even handle it.
This sucks.
So yeah, he said that.
These people suck.
That was immediately followed up next week. Watch them take this out of context. They only know clips.
When Kamala wins next week,
these are men
forced to get a new personality because this.
The ladies seem
not going to run again. So
like.
You're gonna need to confront
like
reality.
A better. So far, the ladies seem like who I would rather hang out with and I don't know, spend an evening
except
with.
For CTV and Hake, Aircraft Sparky's also.
I guess I haven't heard them talk though.
Really yes.
There is never a situation.
They may be doing closing arguments.
Well, no, because you're too old and lost and moonshine. These young fucking Trump guys, absolutely. You don't have
the
to.
poll,
guys,
the results are in. The votes are in.
These blood sports, they suck. Let Hake talk.
Guys, the votes are all not paying attention.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Carver, is that Terry? What's going on?
All right, you're about to be pulled in, Gibbs and Chip.
Come on, somebody say something that I can comment on, I guess.
Totally should have been.
Well, we're coming in with a fresh face. We don't even know what's happening.
Yeah. I have got the time.
The exact reason I waited in here was so that I wouldn't do that.
I mean, CTV's been there like an hour and he has no idea what the conversation is. So
Wait, do you know? Could you tell me, Bings?
No, because I'm not going on the show though.
largely liberal, so I
I
appreciate
wasn't
it
like coming
from both
after
of
you. I was
TTV,
genuinely looking for
retired hippie dippy
Oh,
champion.
sorry.
Whatever.
yeah.
No, so we're not hippy dippy champion in waiting. That's good to know. So you can correct
Hippy
our
dippy
language.
Rumble election
And
special.
with that being said, CTV's out.
And there he goes.
Hello.
Anything left to say, Penn, before you're out?
Hello. Make America great again. Go vote. Love you guys. Peace.
And there he goes. Two
Nice.
more out
Take
over the
care.
rope. And look at the people who survived. Hake, you've made it this far. What do you think about that? Can you believe it?
Who would have known?
Givey's here. That's
I think
crazy.
it's because I'm sensible.
Yo,
Are you,
get him.
I think it's because
I
you're
think
quiet.
it's because you're a
voting
nice
for?
guy also. You're a nice
He's
guy.
very nice.
Yo, Stardust.
Australian left.
How many guests do
I
we
ship
have?
Stardust.
1, 2, 3,
I was
4,
waiting. I was like,
I ship Stardust and Hake.
You're gonna have to remove me.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
don't
I
think
was gonna
I think
wait
Hake
there
is
until they did.
scumbag.
So
It's
now we
so
have
bad.
the
That was not even like a mean nice guy. That was like you're a really nice guy. Like I'd love to I would fall in love with you. Kind of you're a nice guy. I think from Stardust. It's my opinion.
We're holding off on Gibbs for a
National.
minute. I think Gibbs.
You did
no,
good.
Gibbs
I was
isn't here.
surprised you wouldn't.
Oh, thanks.
We just had
That's
one
what I'm-
extra.
Yeah, I don't.
Just like
You did what I
I
said
don't
you
really
would
know how
do.
to do
welcome,
these.
both of you. Have you guys been listening to
Stop
the
talking!
Yeah, that was fun.
Gibbs?
That was fun.
Sorry.
You can't do well on this panel without getting voted out.
There were so many noises.
I was kind of.
Come on, are they gonna talk about anything?
I was like, it looks like they're like when you got kicked, they were all. What do we got over here?
I'm a horrible viewer.
Midwest Princess.
I'm a horrible viewer. Like,
Hello.
come on, do something. Come on, say something.
Hello, Pix.
Yeah.
No patience.
Are you one of us or are you one of them?
No, she's British.
She woke you.
I'm gonna go in and boost Hake's mic. What's up with that?
Aw.
Does
Pixel's
he know?
British and I'm from Arkansas.
Hold on, be right back.
That's correct.
The camo hat. You're culturally appropriating us.
Yeah, that's my culture, man.
Yeah, don't appropriate our
Be
culture
wearing a
with the
hat with a
camo hat.
kangaroo on it or something. Not my
I'm allowed to
culture.
wear it. It's
I'm just
culture.
kidding.
How you doing, Danabo?
That was rough.
Swimmingly.
No, it's not. My
He's stressed
head
out.
hurts. It hurts so bad.
Hopefully
Did
that's
I
louder.
cause, like a really weird start to
I wonder if he
everything?
knows
feel
that
like
his
I
mic
did.
is a little low.
I don't
Probably.
think it was you. I think CTV did it all by himself. And
You
just
just
kept
like a
going.
definition, clearly.
Yeah.
What, did he say
I don't
anything?
think it was.
How you doing, Danabo?
That
Wait,
was-
we're not hearing. Why are we not hearing James here?
How you doing, Danabo?
Did they mute Hake? Look, he was talking here. He says he was saying, "I love Kamala's laugh, just not for
How
president."
You doing, Danabo?
That
This
was
is
rough.
going Swimmingly.
No, it's not.
There's
The
something wrong.
acceptable takes.
Oh no.
It seems like every single website these days has.
Sorry, folks. I'm feeling the. I want to get this right. I kind of switched gears. Technical stuff. I want to make sure Hake is good. Hold on.
Yeah, he said I just said that he wasn't sure if these were gonna keep going, but I hope they do.
There's a delay on their stream. That's why too.
And I'll be around if they do. So let me know. I'll reach out and whatever happens, I'll.
Let me check on his mic and stuff. Hold on. Yo, sorry about that. We got to make sure Hake is good.
I want to. Okay, Hake, I saw you were chiming in a second ago. Is the war on Christmas a issue that you think is significant when it comes to Harris? And we're gonna. I don't want to stay too long on the war on Christmas, but it is a month away, so. You know.
Yeah.
I was just saying we say
That's a little
Merry
better.
Christmas.
It's a little louder.
I don't care.
Let me
about
boost it more.
what Kamala's stance specifically is. I'm sure that she falls in line just like she always does. She has no opinion of herself, of her own.
Okay.
I think everything.
Okay, so
Nah, we're good. We're
gonna
good. The rest is up to Dylan. I can't mess with it anymore.
Christmas, and we're gonna get to
Okay, so shout out Hake.
The goalpost with the
I think we can let him do his thing there as we continue over here. Oh crap, we're flying a plane. So yeah, anyways, no. I've been flying this the whole time. No. ATC. No. You don't have to send anybody. No, we're good. No, you don't have to send the jets. We're good. let's see here. We are about 65 nautical miles away from Detroit. Very cool. So we're getting pretty close. Where's our descent? Hopefully we did not miss our top of descent. I don't think we did. No, I'm paying attention to the plane. No. Wait, if you're here and I'm here, then who's flying the plane? All right. We're going to pay attention to this. Everything's good there. Everything's good there. Beautiful. Why are we pitched up? Are you seeing this? Why are we... This is not good. The plane should not look like this. Something's wrong. Our angle of attack is... Wait, let's check our angle of attack. How do we do that? There should be something here. I might have to Google this. 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔, no. Engine? No. Wheel, hydro, fuel, elect, press, door, bleed. Nope. Whatever, we don't need to know our angle of attack. We just need to get this plane not... Why is it doing that? Maybe, we have flaps are up. We might have trim on. I think it's trim. Where's our trim? I think this is our trim wheel right here. What happens if I do this? Nope, don't do that. What happens if I do this? Nope, don't do that. Whatever. So the plane's a little funny. Whatever. We'll get there. Oh, look, they did scramble the jets. But they've moved on. Altimeter. You're asking to check the altimeter? Well, we're at 47,000 feet. We are not gaining or losing any altitude, but as you can see, the plane is pitched up. The plane, as you can see, the plane is pitched up. That's the horizon right there. And we're pitched up 10 degrees, but we're not climbing. Meaning, see what you got to understand about the Airbus A320neo is this is a fly-by-wire plane. So, that's actually not relevant to what I'm about to tell you, but the way the A320neo operates is that basically the plane has a whole bunch of stuff in the background, always trying to keep the plane flying normally. So if you're pitched up in this way that we are now, the plane will then compensate with trim and other things to keep you going at the altitude you are. Let's say you lose engine power. The A320 starts pitching your plane, calculates the loss of engine power, and starts pitching your plane to keep you level as long as possible. So I don't know what's going on, but we're flying, and that's all that matters, okay? So welcome, folks. This is your captain speaking. We're okay. All right. Thank you, 𝒂𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎 says, Hake 8v1ing, what a legend. And I see, it looks like there's new people coming in. He's constantly getting, there seems to be, the people on the panel seem to leave and others come in. So it might even be more. You're right, Him Diddy. This is not a normal flight level. 47,000 feet is a little high, but this is a special flight level for a special person. For 47. Oh, you know it. Hey, what's up, mildly attractive snake pit chat? Welcome, everybody. All right, y'all. So let's get to something else. Let's do something funny. Let's switch gears here. Happiness, perfect peace, blah, blah, blah. How about this? Go to motion. Anybody know how you get one of these? Where do I get this? Where do I get this? One of these.
I gotta use lethal force. I mean, I hear you. They ain't saying nothing about not being able to set nobody on fire.
I think you need to switch it up a couple lines. Man, they playing it crazy.
We in Merrillville, Indiana. Anybody know anything about Merrillville, Indiana? Yeah, we out here.
Is it blurry? A little bit. You see my What's that? Randall.
Rambo.
Randall. His name is Randall.
Rambo. You see this motherfucker?
What do you got?
This nigga turned around with a goddamn it.
Goddamn it.
This nigga playing The Last of Us. Nigga on PlayStation.
You know what I'm talking about?
Look at this firearm.
He ready for some clickers and shit.
Yeah. Big dog.
Got a fucking street sweeper. What are you, police, military?
If I go to a club and there's this guy standing outside of it, I'm leaving. Even though he's security. Even though he's security. I'm not doing it.
Okay, say look.
Said he got a flamethrower on this motherfucker.
We got 260s. What is this, an AR? We got 260s on it. It looks like some sort of strap, some sort of mil-spec strap of some sort. And we got some sort of thing on the buttstock that allows him to have a backup 60. And by 60, I do mean a 60-round drum. He's got a 60 in the thing, an extra 60, and is that a flamethrower? I didn't know.
Okay, say look.
Said he got a flamethrower on this motherfucker.
Flamethrower, AR. And there's a drum on, 2 drums on that. Oh, don't get no stuff.
The fuck is they hunting Indiana zombies?
Hey, show Mr. Side, Sean.
Yo!
Let's go!
And he's having way too much fun with it too. You know he's showing it off. He's taking pictures. It's like, dude, we need you on security, bro.
He just turned that motherfucker on.
They were Rambo and shit. You already know. Come on, bring your ass.
This is an attraction. We do not need our security to attract so much attention, but I'm sure this is a lot of fun.
Yo, this nigga got a fire burner, nigga. That's cold.
I got one of them.
I'm trying. We ain't finna battle with this nigga. You see how he holding that? He got training and he got a drum on that bitch.
He got 2 drums. Look at that second one.
Hood Rambo.
He gonna knock the wings off a fly. Hey, look, he gonna knock the wings off a fly. You can practice on his ass.
Told him they missed the side strap.
This is the Hood Rambo. I love this.
Set myself on fire. I like starting bonfires. Yeah, there you go. Fire pits and shit.
you know he's feeling himself too much.
That's a 60 plus a flamethrower.
He got some shit to know stuff.
I'm trying to make a home and make
I had it.
I
was recording.
Yo, was that a smoke alarm chirp?
He got some shit to know stuff.
I'm trying to make a home and make
I had it.
I was
Hey! Rewind on that. We're going to need a rewind on that again.
He got some shit to know stuff.
I'm trying to make a home and make
I had it.
I
was recording.
Wait, it may not be because did you hear it's like 2 beeps, way too close. It's like beep, beep, like right after one another.
I had it.
I
was recording.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
June 9th is our motherfucking 1-year anniversary, man. Come fuck with Go Boys DNT.
We build it. I didn't buy this for nobody. You said what I got to say to the haters?
Yeah. Good
You
morning.
don't do the job, so how can you even explain what goes on? Especially to you keyboard warriors. Go eat a dick and watch porn, like you've been doing.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Wait, that is a smoke alarm chirp.
Like you've been doing.
He kind of cooked on that one.
Go eat a dick and watch porn, like you've been
Smoke
doing.
alarm chirp? Hold on.
Stop playing with that man.
I'm good.
Stop playing with that man.
Hate on this.
And he tries it out. And he shows it off. I don't.
Oh man, I drove up here not too far from my crib. I just
I love this guy.
Flamethrower. Time to go.
It's time to go.
Hate on this.
Hey, bro, you got a flamethrower in that bitch?
Oh man, I drove up here not too far from my crib. I just saw a fucking flamethrower.
You playing with fire, man. You're playing with fire. I wonder how dangerous that thing is. Like it's an actual flame. There's an under barrel flamethrower. Like you can purchase this. Where are they? So Indiana, I guess. You can have. Are there no gun laws in Indiana? You double 60-round drums and an under barrel flamethrower. Tell me this is. Tell me this is a. Oh my gosh! It is. It is in fact a. It is in fact something that a civilian can purchase. I think. Spring Hill Outfitters. Okay, this is not. But Pulse fire. Pulse fire under barrel flamethrower. $500. Huh. For an easy 500, you can start, I don't know, fighting xenomorphs. You could start fighting xenomorphs. This literally looks like it's out of Aliens. It's awesome. America. Check it out. This is so civilians can purchase this.
What's going on, y'all? Trent here, Spring Hill Outfitters, and we got the brand new Pulse Fire UBF. That stands for Under Barrel Flamethrower, and we're going to try it out right here tonight. Just got these bad boys in today. They just hit the show floor over at Spring Hill Outfitters, and they're pretty cool. So this mounts to any Picatinny rail on the bottom of the AR-15 or any kind of rifle that's got a Picatinny rail on the bottom of it. We're going to show you how it works tonight. Check it out.
I think you got him. Yeah, I think you got him. Yo, we got a digital read on the side of this puppy. I don't know, delighted to be here. I guess it's to defeat your enemies, whether domestic or abroad. I don't know, but it looks sleek. I wonder if it makes it makes it a lot more difficult to shoot the thing. But I guess you got it. I guess when you have to shoot them with 5.56 and set them on fire, I guess you just got to. And look, the side of the AR says "We the People." Yeah, I think you got him.
There you go.
You know, that smile too is hilarious. It's like, this is like this has to be like novelty, I think. Shoot him twice and then, set him on fire. And then while you're setting him on fire, shoot him some more, just for good measure. Kill it with fire. I absolutely love this. Incredible. But I'm not going anywhere near Hood Rambo or the business establishment Hood Rambo is protecting, although I wish him well. Incredible. On that, playing with fire, playing with mess. You guys seen that? And forgive me for the graphic. Okay, if you don't here I am doing a trigger warning, I guess, but basically if you don't like even the description of gore, I guess don't listen to this part. But you guys see the freaking guy blow his hands off, his freaking fingers off at the dog. You know how they were like rioting or whatever, messing around. Not everybody's rioting, but celebrating the Dodgers World Series win. The Dodgers World Series win, so they're out there destroying stuff, partying, setting off fireworks. One guy, and the full video is on X if you really want to see it that badly. But yeah, you see this guy's setting off some firework. It blows up in his hands. Fingers gone. You see the whole thing. You see his hands are like little, they're left shredded. You see just shredded flesh and spurting blood. It's crazy. It's crazy footage. It's totally crazy. And this guy's just like in shock. And everybody around him is kind of in shock, but obviously the guy's in shock. He's trying to shake it off. He's literally trying to walk it off and shake his hands like this. And the guys around him are just like, oh. Of course, as a viewer, an armchair viewer, you're like, yo, call 911. What the? But they were out there messing around with fireworks, Don't mess around with fireworks, I guess. And he blows his hands off. It's crazy footage. Let's see here. I'm not going to show it. But speaking of playing with fire and messing around with dangerous things, this guy, man.
Hey, don't blow that shit in my face, nigga.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
No, I'm not showing it. It's way too violent.
Oh my goodness! Oh hell no! Bro, you good? Bro.
Talk about horror. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Hell no. Oh hell no.
Bro, call the fucking 911 right now. Hurry up before he
Finally,
bleed out.
somebody.
Hurry up. Call 911. Call 911. Hey, sit down, bro. Sit down.
Please sit
the
down.
fuck down, homie.
Homie.
Come on, phone. I'm calling him.
Bro, sit down, homie.
Hello, nigga?
Please sit down, bro. Bro.
I'm never. I don't play with fireworks. I've never played with fireworks. Yeah, you know, this has got a long fuse. We're gonna need a long fuse, boys. And I'm not holding anything. Bro, you good? Yeah, he black. He's like, bro, you good? I was like, hey, sit down, homie. Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. Excitement, thrill, ego, and now you got your hands blown off. I hear that if you get all the pieces and all that, that it can be fixed. It can be no, I think this is LA Snake Pit Chat Tart. I think this is LA Mexican excellence. But I hear that reconstructive surgery is pretty good as long as you keep the blood flow to the parts and get to the hospital quick enough. I hear they can do wonders. And you live in America, so you might go in debt, but you'll get your surgery. They'll attend to you. Don't worry. Maybe don't mess around with fireworks, and just maybe cross your fingers that it's not a, I don't know, DEI or whatever doctor that in this in this America you get good service and get your little digits sewn back on, because that's crazy. Wow. LA go crazy with fireworks. It's true. July 4th, impossible. If you're up Hollywood and all that, you can't even sleep. You can smell the smoke. It's off all day. It's crazy. But anyways, if I may switch gears a little bit. Maybe. How should I do this? We talked about women a little bit. I guess I mentioned Mexicans. How do I do this? Basically, I kind of want to mention something about passport bros, they call them. They may not all call themselves that, and I may be wrong for even using the term. But I am thinking of a particular call, and I see calls coming in too, by the way. Thank you. 844-900-2229. Bro, you wish. Maybe one working finger, but no way the whole hand put back together. Damn. Nasty stuff. But there was a caller earlier on the Jesse Lee Peterson show. And he was a guy that it seemed like he got it off. He thought this out, he's had some decisions he wants to make about leaving America, living somewhere like in Asia. And he threw it in. He's just a side note. Jesse, this is not the main reason, I swear. But just a side note, maybe I'll find myself a submissive wife that's not an American feminist. But that's just a side note. Wishing that guy well, and it was a good call. It was interesting. It's interesting for a number of reasons. Mainly, everyone has their same problems. It's amazing. Literally, everyone has the same problem. Our lives really are not that different. And he wants to and when you have this idea in your head, you go out seeking maybe someone to tell you otherwise, but you're stuck with your idea and what you got to do, and you think, well, this will work. No, this will work. I'll find love this time. I'll do it right this time. I learned from the last time. And so basically, this caller on the Jesse Lee Peterson show, he was telling Jesse about his plans about you know, I'm wondering if I should move, go to Asia. I don't want to invest in this country anymore. And this was a man who had gone through a marriage, a divorce, lost the house in the divorce and all that. And he's like, you know what? I don't want to invest in this country anymore. I'm thinking we go to Asia, sell everything I have, end my business. Or he got laid off, I think, too, from some job. And so he's like, I'm going to go to one of these countries where, you know, the women are just, they're not like all feminists, and it's more of a chance. It's more of a chance. They're just so submissive, these women. These foreign women, they're just so submissive. And I almost, how do I put this? This is a bit of a vulgar video. So, but we're all adults here, okay? You got some Bambinos listening? Sorry, I sometimes forget if Bambinos listens to the show. But it is late night. The sun is down. So I am giving you fair warning. You're about to see a woman say something a little vulgar. It's no biggie. We're adults here. It's not that big of a deal. But I wanted to play this video real quick. Let me just play this video real quick. These are some of the women that impress some of these people. They look at the foreign women and they hear them say things like this, and they say, "Wow, we need more women like this." For example, look down here. It says, "We need more women like this." So watch this.
She said she cooks, she cleans. What else?
I cook, I suck, I shut the fuck up.
Whoa!
Y'all hear that? Come to the Philippines.
Come to the Philippines, bros. That's my girl.
She said she cooks, she cleans. What else?
I cook, I suck, I shut the fuck up.
Wow. So there's a point here. There's a point here, and I've said this before, but I think it's an interesting take, and if I get to say it, like, because there's this whole thing about, like, these women are just so submissive. They're raised different. Their culture, the Mexicans, they're so machista, and they have the women, they know their place, or these women in Asia and all this stuff. But I notice that all these guys, something I've noticed is all these guys into that. They always give me this impression that they are in over their heads and they don't even know it. I always get this impression that they are up-ish creek without a paddle and they don't even know it. They're looking at these women like they're rubbing his shoulders. They're like, "You're my man. You're such a man, and I'm a woman." And they're like, "What? No, she said it. She said it. It must be true. It's really gonna happen. She's really submissive. She said I'm submissive. She said I'm the man. I'm the man. She said it. She said I'm the man. So it's true. We don't have women like that in America. I'm gonna marry her right away." What's crazy, what they don't get, and what they're in for a world of hurt, because they're not used to these kinds of women. They think that these women in these countries are like they're like more advanced or progressive or traditional or something. What they don't understand is that these women in these countries, they've had many years, they've had quite a while to develop their way of thinking. And the men too, their mess and their hell has had some time to develop. And what does it look like? You got these men in these countries in Asia and Mexico, and they basically play man. They play macho. And it's just how it is. It's just how it is. We can get into it, but maybe they don't play macho, but whatever. I'm saying they play macho. But the point is the overt culture is macho men. You don't tell them what to do, and the women, blah, blah, blah. On the surface, you're like, wow, that makes sense. Look at they get it. There's something they get. What you don't understand is these women are they've had time to develop that, because, you know, the macho men, the point, what I'm trying to say is that they are lying. They're lying, okay? They're basically lying, and they know how to do it. They're macho men culture. They know how to be the neck and influence and control their way in their way. And in America and in the West and all that, the women, thanks to the prevailing culture and feminism and the language and all these things, they don't have to really act that way. They can operate more overtly. But this is what you see in these foreign countries is the classic kind of a relationship with men and women, where the women subvert. And it's really, they're more subversive. And so what I'm saying is these guys who are going to find their submissive woman, they're in over their heads. They literally just taking the face value. And the woman starts rubbing their shoulders like, you're a man. And they're like, I'm a man. And it's like, you dummy. You dummy. You don't know what mess you're getting into. They know these women are way too wily for you, sir. You have no clue. And you know, these guys, they for example, they own a passport to one of the most amazing countries in the world for whatever problems it has. Everybody still wants to come here. You're already very valuable, man. It's a mess. It's a mess, and you don't know what you're getting into. You don't know what you're getting into. These Mexican women, for example, they know how to navigate their so-called macho men. More on that in a moment. They're not so macho, but they know how to navigate the men, and they know what to say. Oh, he's mad right now, and with each other, they have learned all their woman tricks, and they share them, and they talk. Oh yeah, he's just, oh, that's my husband. He's stupid. Yeah, shh, don't say anything right now. Don't say anything right now. He thinks, let him think he's a man. Just shut up right now. Let him think he's the man. That's how they think. And then they'll talk to their family. They'll talk to them in their language. You have no clue what you're getting into. You're better off with an American woman. You're better off with a woman here if you're gonna go down that path. If you want hell that badly. I'm joking. Go make the babies if you really want to. I don't know too much about that. But do your thing, okay? There's a way to do it. Yeah. You have no clue what you're getting into, folks. Guys trying to get you a foreign woman who's submissive. You believe them? You just believe because they said it? You're a sucker. You're a sucker. And they're going to get what they want. They're going to get a ticket to America or something else from you. It's a mess. You know how easy that's so easy for them to say that. I-S and shut up. She's laughing inside. Look at this. We got him. Look, girl. Look, Filipino girlfriend. We're in this country that's very poor. We got these white suckers. We got them now. I wonder if they'll take us with them. You're messing it up, man. You think you could domesticate a Colombian wild card? So true, Omid. You have no clue. You don't want that hell anyways. Trust me. But anyways, I got a caller here, 844-900-2229. Let me get to this caller. We got Josh. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your call. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up, man?
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, I got a buddy who has a Filipino baby mama, and he did that whole life. You know, I mean, they call it expatriate.
Oh Filipino, yeah, expats.
Expats.
Yep.
Yeah, expats. Yeah, and he drives semi trucks, and he do 6 months on the road here, and then 6 months he go to the Philippines and spend, with his wife and son over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's weird. I mean, he's like one of these guys that's super into stocks, and he's like converting money and like into Bitcoin and all that. And I don't know. It's like, I guess she's not using him for citizenship because he's not moving them over here, but he got a kid with her though.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good grab on her part.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't blame her.
You think so? Yeah. I mean,
it's like it's a positive for her, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Hey, who's to know? I got other buddies who got 4 and 5 baby mamas here in America, and who's better off? I don't know. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, what I was calling about was kind of related to this. It was like you had mentioned that comedic timing quote from some comedian. Like last week when you had Bill on, you had mentioned.
Yeah, I remember I had Bill on.
Yeah, and it stuck with me. You had said that like comedy is really all about knowing having that timing of when not to, knowing when not to say the punchline, or when to pop it out, or when to.
I remember that. I totally remember that.
Yeah.
It wasn't a quote.
What comedian was that?
No, it wasn't a quote. It was just something I was thinking about. I ended up on some forum. I was on some forum. I forget what it was. I think it was Reddit. And I saw someone commenting about comedy, and they were having a discussion about comedy. And they were basically talking about comedic timing. They're like, how do you practice comedic timing? And it hit me. I realized that it's not about practicing comedic timing or figuring it out. It's about denying everything that's bad timing. Because if comedy is timing and timing is funny, then to do that correctly, all you would have to do is deny the negative, deny everything that's bad timing. And if you're trying to make a joke, you'll notice you missed the timing all the time. You'll miss it, and then you throw in the joke, and it's not funny. So you resisting that urge, for example, to, let's say you missed the timing, then you would have to shut up, zip it. The moment passed, you can't even say it anymore. You can't even get brownie points. No, deny your ego, deny it, and you know what I'm saying? And then you would
hold it,
and naturally you will find that correct timing, because you've denied everything that's bad timing. And I bet you that kind of thinking, I bet you that concept relates to life itself in some way.
Everything, bro. I mean, that's what, you know, bro, that's like relationships. Past girlfriends I've had, like, we've had great chemistry, but the timing is off. You know, it's not, I could tell it's not going to work with this girl because the timing is not right. I need a few months to be single, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, Joe Rogan talked with Trump about that.
I have yet to catch the Rogan Trump interview.
You haven't? Well, he was Rogan was telling, you know, Rogan's a comedian, and his main thing is comedy, right?
Totally.
And he was telling Trump, like, look, man, you have great comedic timing, you know, and with the Hillary Clinton, you'd be in jail because you'd be in jail, you know.
Right. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, you know,
incredible.
Or with the Rosie O'Donnell, only Rosie O'Donnell, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, those are legendary, and part of it is the absolutely amazing timing.
Right. And you know, that's deep to me, man, because it's like life is, you know, knowing when to do things in life, when to quit a job, or when to start a business, or when that's like comedic timing, you know. It's like it's about holding it, like you said, hold it. Wait for it.
Yeah.
Wait, not now. Yeah, not resisting that urge, you know, to premature, you know.
I mean, it's just denying the negative in all cases. It makes me think about what Jesse was saying recently. I mean, he said this a number of times, but he was just saying stuff like, you know, people. There's all sorts of people trying to know themselves. Angie, for example, she was a caller on JLP's show. She started walking. You know, she doesn't have a leg. She had a whole bunch of worries and issues with her kids. Anyways, she asked him about knowing herself, and she's like, I don't know who I am. And he says, well, but she says, I forget I think she may have said something that Jesse said, but
yeah, she said the same thing. She said I heard the call today.
To stop to know yourself, but you got to know all the things that you're not.
Who you're not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. That's the same thing. That's the same thing as comedic timing. Yep. And that's what that's what I'm doing in my life. I'm observing these things that I'm not still, and I can't stop myself from doing certain things, you know, and you just observe it. And, you know, no, that's the whole thing. What was the other quote? If you disappear, then the real you will appear, or something like that. Yeah. That's the same concept, man.
It makes sense a little bit. Something about that makes sense. And I'll notice all the time that I'll want to understand something or be something or change something, and then it's a losing uphill battle. And somewhere along the way, I always lose my way. Like, wait, I don't. and then I reflected. I'm like, I don't understand any more than I thought I did. Here I am just not understanding. So, yeah, it seems like denying the negative. There's something quite interesting about that.
Yeah. Yeah, and one more thing. You know that comedian at the Madison Square Garden rally?
Yep. Tony Hinchcliffe.
The Kill Tony. Tony Hinchcliffe. That was, would you say that was good timing, that Puerto Rico joke? Because look at all what came from that, yeah?
Tony's great. Honestly, Tony's great at what he does. He's obviously a professional at this.
Tony.
He's got incredible time. He's got impeccable time. I've yet to see that Madison Square Garden thing with Tony, though. I have not seen it. I haven't even seen him say the joke. I've only heard people talk about it. Yep. And so I don't even know about that one specifically, but I know he's fantastic at what he does. I think he's gay too. I think he's like a gay liberal. That might not be true. You know, I don't want to say. You know.
Okay.
Where did you?
You know David Luke? All right, go ahead.
I don't think so. Yeah. He might not be. They say he's.
Okay, maybe it's just a joke. Maybe he's
I
like
think it's like a joke. He's like, right, and the way he talks and all that gets him a lot of that. And I think he calls himself the straight. I think he calls himself the gayest straight guy ever. I could be totally wrong. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, I think so.
If we don't know.
He's real. Yeah, I believe so. He's like metrosexual, but
he might be.
You know, David. Yeah, you know David Lucas. He was on the Fallen State.
Yeah,
he was on that Kill Tony show. You ever watch him on Kill Tony roasting Tony Hinchcliffe?
I did.
And he does a bunch of gay jokes, and then Tony does a bunch of fat jokes about him, and it's like hilarious.
I've seen that. Yeah, David Lucas. He's been doing good stuff. It was cool seeing him on Jesse. Yeah. And he's a funny guy.
He was on the Fallen State. Yeah. But Hinchcliffe. So he did that joke. And from that, the media took it that one of Trump's supporters called Puerto Ricans garbage.
Right.
And then from that, Biden responded, and that's when he called the Trump supporters garbage. And it all came from that Tony Hinchcliffe joke.
Yeah, it did.
You know? And I don't even think Tony Hinchcliffe is a Trump supporter. You know? He's
voting
at
Trump.
The rally. Huh? Is he?
Yeah.
Did he endorse? I don't even think he endorsed him.
I've seen him on his show recently say I'm voting for Trump. So that may have been only recent.
Okay, because Dr. Phil was at that Madison Square rally thing too. He had a whole. He became like Dr. Phil, a Trump supporter too, but he was at the Madison Square and he talked right before Tony or right after.
Oh, really? I didn't see that. That's interesting.
Yeah, and you was on Dr. Phil.
Let's go. That is true. That is true. You can see me in the Dr. Phil episode next to Jesse. That is funny. I forget that we always did that, but that was legendary, man. Dr. Phil, Jesse Lee Peterson. Yeah, that's me sitting right next to him. And we
right next to him.
I've mentioned this before, but I did get a chance to talk, and there was like a question period, and I got a chance to get in there, but they cut that whole thing out.
They cut it out.
Yeah, there was a whole question period. There was a woman. Some woman started crying because of Jesse's comments, and I commented on that. I said something to her. I forget what I said, but they cut it out.
Dr. Phil was at. You may have to do a whole show on Dr. Phil at the Madison Square rally because he was talking about Trump and bullying, and I don't know. I guess he's a Trump supporter now, but I don't know.
Let's go.
That Madison Square Garden rally, that was one of like the biggest. That was, I don't know. You can go and watch everyone's little all the speakers line up. I think Tucker may have had the best one. Tucker and Elon.
Amazing.
They had real good ones, but yeah, that's I don't know. I
love them.
But yeah, it's
those
all
are men. We got the men on the side. Let's go. What a team.
Yep. But okay, that's all. I just want to let you move the wheels and.
Thank you, sir.
I love the show, man.
Thanks for your call, Josh. Always call me again, man.
Will do, bro. Later.
844-900-2229. Yeah, he's a little anchor baby on Dr. Phil, Call me, hey, Ma, look at me. No hands. And Dr. Phil. Look at me, Ma. Your boys, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even say here. I'm not, like, famous or anything.
I
think she's the one that cried, I think.
The world and government were not taken care of.
This woman I got into it with her a little bit, just a tiny bit. No, it was her. She was the like the Persian looking or Arabian looking one. I think she even had a sort of headdress. But it's funny because She had like red lips and makeup and barely this hijab looking kind of thing, I guess, but barely on. Like, I don't think you're allowed to wear those. I don't think you're supposed. Like, I'm pretty sure you don't just have your creative liberty with your hijab. It's just how I wear it. I like to wear it off a little bit and wear red lips, baboon red lips, makeup. Look, you know, them kind of lips, you know, those kind of lips, makeup and you know, I just like to wear it off my head a little bit and show off. Like, yeah, no, I don't think that's how it works. But anyways,
used to come into our country, so our government were not taking care of folks from other parts of the world and the families in America. We took care of ourselves.
I think you've pretty much pissed off everybody. But you said there's not anything you've heard that you don't think is crap. So what do you think? You said what you don't think. What do you think?
I know that we need to restore the family. We need a smaller government because government don't make anything work. They screw you up. We need to stop taking care of women who are having these babies out of wedlock.
Correct.
That powder blue suit steez. Nice, Jesse.
We need to stop taking care of these women who are coming from other countries. We need to stop taking care of their babies. We need to take care of American families first.
How can anyone disagree with this? It's funny because I wonder how many people in this room now think differently. Because this is now a number of years ago, or I guess just 1 year ago.
Getting them away from the government and restoring order.
Okay, you're a pastor.
I mean, Dr. Phil was over at the Trump thing. So there you go. Jesse, it was from this moment. Jesse planted a seed in Dr. Phil.
Right?
Yes.
And you're a radio host?
Yes.
Okay. And you...
Oh, man, I should have, like, blurted out. See, this is where you do producer work, yeah. And so you're a radio show host? Yes. JesseLeePeterson.com. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you're a radio...
We should have had a game plan before we went in. We should have had a game plan. That's my bad, Jesse.
Host?
Yes.
Okay. And you said you believe white people should have more children?
We definitely need white babies. And I tremble at the idea that white babies, that the white group is going down in numbers, because if you lose white folks, America, it's over for America. Because if you notice, white people tend to be more innovative. They're more
I'm like this next to him. I'm like this next to him because I wanted the camera to at least get like, I wanted the Dr. Phil episode to, because they would, like you just saw, they would pan to different faces. And so I was trying to make kind of like funny faces. So, and like, I was trying to be expressive so that I at least would get like one of these shots, but maybe I was looking crazy. And so they didn't use me at all.
Because if you notice, white people tend to be more innovative. They're more creative. They have ideas about things. All these other races don't do nothing but destroy. They don't build, they destroy.
He's wrong. I said you'd piss off everybody. I was wrong. Now you pissed off everybody. Do you have a story or a question?
That's just true. Look, that's just true, folks. Look, you remember Mark on the Hake Report? Look, I like Mark's. I like all the calls on the Hake Report, and I don't have a problem with Mark. You know, he may be a little angry, and that's poison. That's the worst. Okay, he's got problems. But what was it? He said something like, but like white people can't become a minority, and they have to maintain their place in the world, or the whole world will be plunged into chaos. I'm sitting there like, where is he wrong though? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you talk to me, I don't think it's skin color. It's something else, something that can be attained by many. But the facts remain. Someone's got to get these Semites under control. Someone's got to get this Russian guy and maybe team up with him and get the dream team going, Bibi, Putin, and Trump, and, you know, get some order going, get some deals going on between them, and have the man, Trump, deal with these Semites and Putin and all this and get it all under control, make sure people are happy with the deals. But you know what, also, tough, you know, you can't get everything you want. Tough, it's tough. You know, it's just true. It's just true. The world will plunge into chaos, as far as I'm concerned. Should this decline of white people continues. Speaking on that, let's do this. Let's talk about this. Let me check the super chats real quick. Appreciate all the first class super chatters. Love y'all. We got 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎 says, if I lived in the Philippines, I'd also do that. Are you talking about the women? That is hilarious. 𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎, what a super chat. If I lived in the Philippines, I'd also do that. So, where was I? Oh, I almost want to mention this too because I didn't. I missed it. It's my show. I can talk about what I want. Mexicans. I was talking about the Mexicans. Whatever. I'll leave it for another day. It's not important. War. Let's do some war. This is the hake training, which is I appreciate it. It's made me into a more decent person, but I almost can't even say this word. You know how they call things porn when you just enjoy watching it, like, oh, that's more guitar porn, and you're just watching really nice guitars. So here's some war corn. That feels better. That feels a little better. Here's some war corn for you. And no, I'm not a fearmonger. I'm not afraid. I'm not sitting here afraid, but I can't help but look at these simulations and videos about war and stuff. And it's cool. It puts things into perspective a little bit. It's just knowledge too, so it has its thrill. But speaking on the chaos in the world, here's a little, how do I put this?
Collaboration is key.
I'm watching this test, for example, from North Korea.
For team success. With ClickUp, you can easily manage your
And they're
team's
testing
tasks
their
and timeline.
they're testing their weapon systems. North Korea stages new missile test, sends warning to foes. Big missiles, okay? And these are what they call intercontinental ballistics missiles. They're very destructive. And they are powerful, powerful weapons. They are just simply having them is a big chess piece on the board of the world. Okay? And seeing the scale of these weapons, because there's an order kept to the world. There's a relative peace that you could say, depends on your perspective. You could say is an oppressive terroristic peace, America and their nukes and all that. But the fact remains, and a semblance of order and peace is maintained because of the threat of force, the threat of such powerful weapons being unleashed, right? So first, the first point is just simply visualizing the scale of some of these things, which got me thinking a bit.
North Korea said it tested its most powerful ever intercontinental.
I don't know why Reuters splits their audio left and right like this. It's like an old journalist thing, and I don't know why they still do it.
Ballistic missile, or ICBM, on Thursday. State media KCNA reported that leader Kim Jong-un was on hand for the launch, which he was quoted as saying was a, quote, appropriate military action intended to demonstrate the North's, quote, counteraction will to its rivals. The test drew swift condemnation from the United States, Japan, and South Korea. Shin Sung-ki, head of research on North Korea's military...
Oh, we're flying a plane right now. Hold on. There's important things supposed to be happening. They are happening. They are, in fact, happening. We're just checking. Sorry. That was real. That was actually real. That was a real, not panic. Your pilot's not panicked, but that was a real, realization of we really have to fly the plane right now. So... okay, that's going good. We're descending. Your ears are popping. Your little ears are popping because we are descending. Thank you, everybody. So check it out.
At the Korea Institute for Defense Analyses, said the launch was likely to test an improved version of an existing ICBM, possibly developed with help from Russia. He said the move could also be an attempt to influence the U.S. presidential election, now less than a week away. Seoul said the early Thursday launch was the longest ballistic missile test yet by the North, with a flight time of 87 minutes. The missile took off on a sharply lofted trajectory and splashed down about 125 miles off an island in northern Japan.
So did they screw it up?
The Japanese government said it reached...
Slight buzzing through stream. This is probably what Everything is Fake was talking about earlier. You know, I've yet to hear it myself. Allow me to do this strange interlude and listen to my own stream for a second. Hold on. Oh, what the? There's like a horrible buzzing on the whole stream, huh? Is this how the whole stream has been? I wonder what it is. Because I can't hear it through my monitors. I think it may be this. Hopefully it was that, folks. Let me know if the buzzing is gone. But the stream might be significantly quieter now. Let's see if we can get this right. Dial this in right. It sounds like a 60 cycle hum. It's over. I'm not gonna, this will be too boring to get technical. So it sounds like a 60 cycle hum. I'll look into it. My apologies, folks. No, and I appreciate that Everything is Fake. I had someone else text me about it. I feel like it's something I should hear through these. These headphones should be giving me the full audio that you guys are hearing. But we're gonna, it still sounds like two flies. Folks, look at these missiles. Look, let's keep going here. We're almost done. We're almost gonna land the plane. We got things to finish here, and I'm showing you the missiles because I came across some more videos that kind of show the scale of some of these weapons. Okay, and just what's available. What is it that's actually kind of keeping some of this order, so to speak, this semblance of order in the world? Well, you got to understand it's like fear. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm not saying this is good or bad morally. I'm expressing to you a reality. And that stealth bombers holding, I mean, honestly, what I'm about to say will be better illustrated by this video. So let's watch and I'll say what, but I was going to say that stealth bombers with B-52 bombs that can like wipe out whole cities with just one bomb are what keeps the order in the world. You gotta, and why is this so fascinating to me is because, I don't know, growing up it seems like we're told that we live in this world and there's rules and that's just how it is. And these world wars were won and now everybody agrees. You get this vibe that the world all agrees. We're just holding hands and we all agree with the new rules. And there's a little bit of fights, but this is just how the world is. But you realize there's a whole, you grow up a bit, you see people fighting, and it's not that at all. It's cutthroat. It's egos. And it's who gets to be on top. And it's America, you've had enough, you've had it good for enough time. And so we want stuff. We want stuff. And for you to have it good, someone else has to have it bad. And I'm not even saying that that's true, but these are the things that people fight about. And the things, some of the things that keep this order in place are like these nuclear bombs. And I know I'm rambling, but it's just you get told growing up the world is one way, that there's these rules and they seem way more solid, but I'm noticing they're actually way more flimsy. I guess I'm going Joker mode or something. These civilized people, when the chips are down, they show you they really are. But look, check out, this is what keeps this order we're talking about, and it's incredible to see the scale.
Attention, we are now at DEFCON 1. Security lockdown.
Russian nukes in space.
Talk about horror, right after Halloween. Talk about horror.
The country recently tested a nuclear-capable hypersonic missile.
Hypersonic missiles and aircraft could be the future of warfare.
One of the most powerful nuclear weapons in the world is the B-83 nuclear bomb, the heavyweight of the US arsenal. Weighing about 2,400 pounds or 1,100 kilograms and stretching 12 feet or 3.7 meters in length with a diameter of 18 inches or 46 centimeters, it's roughly the size of a small car. But within this imposing frame lies a force of unimaginable destruction. The B-83 is a gravity bomb, meaning it's dropped from an aircraft and relies solely on gravity to reach its target. No rockets or propulsion systems, just a free-falling descent. This might sound simple, but the devastation it can unleash is anything but. Carried by strategic bombers like the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber and the B-52 Stratofortress, the B-83 can be delivered deep into enemy territory. With a blast yield of up to 1.2 megatons of TNT, the B-83 is approximately 80 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima, which had a yield of about 15 kilotons.
Test. Mount Everest.
To put that into perspective, imagine the explosive energy of 1.2 million tons of TNT detonating in a single moment. But the B-83 isn't just about raw power. It's designed to penetrate underground bunkers, burrowing into the earth before detonating. As for how many of these weapons exist, while exact numbers are classified, experts estimate that there are about 650 B-83s, and it is thought there are about 200 B-83 bombs in active service. This number has decreased over the years due to arms reduction treaties and modernization efforts. In fact,
You see what I'm getting at? It's like these stealth bombers, all these bombs flying in the skies is what keeps order. And you got the egos of the world trying to fight for they want their bombs in the sky. No. It should be our bombs in the sky. And I'm not really saying anything deep. It's just trying to put in words of reality itself, I guess.
there are plans to retire the B-83 altogether in favor of more advanced, lower-yield nuclear weapons. To grasp the true magnitude of the B-83's destructive power, imagine a single one detonated as an airburst over Beijing, China. The immediate fireball would engulf an area over 4 square kilometers or 1.5 square miles, vaporizing everything within its radius. Buildings would collapse within a 7.5 kilometer or 4.6 mile radius due to the intense blast pressure, flattening much of the city center. Windows would shatter up to 21 kilometers or 13 miles away, sending glass shards flying and causing injuries even in distant neighborhoods. The thermal radiation would cause third-degree burns to anyone within 13 kilometers or 8 miles, covering an area of over 500 square kilometers or over 200 square miles. In terms of human cost, such a detonation could result in an estimated 1.5 million immediate fatalities and over 3 million injuries, and that's just from a single B-83 bomb. The United States operates about 76 B-52 Stratofortress bombers, which were once capable of carrying up to 8 B-83 nuclear bombs. However, by 2010, U.S. Strategic Command removed nuclear gravity bombs from the B-52's arsenal as the aircraft was no longer considered capable of surviving modern air defenses. Today, only the U.S. fleet of 19 B-2 Spirit stealth bombers is tasked with delivering nuclear gravity bombs, including the B-83, with each capable of carrying up to 16 B-83 nuclear bombs. This means the potential for devastation isn't limited to one bomb, but could involve numerous simultaneous detonations, exponentially increasing the destructive impact. In imagining the true
I meant B-83, not B-52.
scale of modern nuclear weapons, at number 4 on the list is the Trident II missile.
Check it out.
A cornerstone of the US and UK nuclear deterrent.
This is the sub stuff, submarine
bombs
missiles.
Like the B-83, the Trident II is a submarine-launched ballistic missile, or SLBM. The Trident II missile is an engineering marvel. Weighing about 59,000 kilograms or 130,000 pounds and stretching 13.5 meters or 44 feet in length, it's a 3-stage solid-fuel rocket capable of traveling over 12,000 kilometers or 7,500 miles. This incredible range allows it to strike targets virtually anywhere on the globe, from submarines hidden deep beneath the ocean's surface. What truly sets the Trident II apart is its use of multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, or MIRVs. Each missile can carry up to 8 nuclear warheads, typically the W-88. each with a yield of 475 kilotons. That's about 30 times the power of the Hiroshima bomb for each warhead. This means a single Trident II missile can deliver devastating blows to multiple targets across a wide area, effectively multiplying its destructive capability. The missile's guidance system is highly advanced, combining astro-inertial navigation with GPS updates to ensure remarkable accuracy. It's capable of hitting within 100 meters of its target after traveling thousands of miles. The Trident II is deployed on Ohio-class submarines for the U.S. Navy and Vanguard-class
We're watching the plane too.
submarines for the Royal Navy, providing a stealthy and survivable second strike capability that is crucial for nuclear deterrence. To grasp the potential impact of this weapon, imagine a single Trident II missile launched toward Moscow, with all 8 warheads targeting the same area for maximum effect.
No war!
The combined explosive yield would be approximately 3.8 megatons of TNT. Upon detonation as an airburst, the immediate fireball would engulf an area over 10 square kilometers, or close to 4 square miles, vaporizing everything within its radius. Buildings would be obliterated within an 11-kilometer or close to 7-mile radius, flattening much of the city center. Thermal radiation would cause third-degree burns to anyone within 22 kilometers, or close to 14 miles from ground zero, covering an area of over 1,500 square kilometers or 580 square miles. The human cost would be staggering, estimated at over 2.8 million immediate fatalities and 4.6 million injuries. And remember, this is from just one Trident II missile. The United States operates 14 Ohio-class nuclear submarines, each capable of carrying up to 20 Trident II missiles. That adds up to 280 Trident II missiles lurking in the depths of the oceans. With each missile carrying up to 8 warheads at 475 kilotons apiece, we're looking at a total of 2,240 nuclear warheads. If you calculate the combined explosive power, it amounts to an astonishing 1,064 megatons of TNT. That's the equivalent of over 70,000 Hiroshima bombs worth of destructive energy concealed beneath the sea. This immense force is constant.
Make it stop, Nit. This is now you guys get scared. Have space with everything you watch. But yeah, now this, you want a real horror movie?
On patrol.
Have all these nukes and not have Trump in charge. Have a world where Trump is not in charge.
Ready to be unleashed if ever called upon. At number 3 is China's DF-5 intercontinental ballistic missile, specifically the DF-5C variant. This missile is a true giant.
Orion says it's insane to think that these weapons are what keep us safe. But it's like, what I'm getting at is that that this is the world. And you could say, I'm going to drop this weapon. But then all those start gathering weapons. I'm not telling you what's right. I'm just telling you how people are operating.
Standing over 106 feet tall and weighing approximately 183 tons. First introduced in the 1980s, the DF-5 has remained a cornerstone of China's nuclear deterrent ever since. The DF-5 has an impressive range of up to 15,000 kilometers, or about 9,300 miles.
Oh, so we beat them in everything? Nice.
Means it can reach almost any
So
target
nobody has nukes like America?
on the globe from launch sites within China. What makes it particularly formidable is its payload. The latest versions, like the DF-5B and DF-5C, are equipped with MIRVs, allowing them to carry up to 12 nuclear warheads, each with a yield of 1 megaton of TNT. To understand the scale, remember that the Hiroshima bomb was just 15 kilotons of TNT, so each warhead on the DF-5 is about 66 times more powerful. If all 12 warheads were directed at the same target area, the combined explosive power would be a staggering 12 megatons. That's 800 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
You need the best music for your videos.
Yo.
Go to Motion.
So anyways, I had some other stuff here. It was supposed to be a whole war thing. But I'm going to have to save some of this. Urban fighting, special ops. Cool stuff. We'll have to talk about it some other time. We are, in fact, preparing for our approach. Let us see here. Let us see here that everything is going well. We are, in fact, getting ready for our approach and descent. So, appreciate everybody with us tonight. Let's see here. Do I have time? How much time do we have? We got some time before we need to kick back and focus on the plane here. So we got a little moment here. We have a moment to breathe. But as you can see, this sharp turn is the beginning of our approach pattern. So very nice. Very nice. Let's see here. Do I have any other funnies for you? Funnies. Some more funnies. Where are the funnies? No, we did the funnies. We did them all. And all this other stuff is too long for the amount of time we have. Whoa. Harmony, thank you for the late Baller Lounge ticket, she says with her super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support, Harmony. Ballers Lounge. 2025 trailer, says Kale Samogi from that last video. What's up, Harmony? Thank you, everybody, for supporting. Very nice. Let us see here. How about we do something else here? Damn, we did it. We did so much. Is Hake done? Is Hippy Dippy done? Hippy Dippy. Are they all done?
Or get paid to see them. My name is Brandon Moore. I'm an engineer here at Pi, and I've been here since the beginning.
That's the only shot they have to win an election because they're never going to win a popular vote.
No, the electoral college is pre.
Hold on, because the slave states wanted more votes.
No. Because the states that produce most of our food and vital goods need to use a lot of land to do that, so they will necessarily have lower populations, and so they deserve some level of.
Oh, I think he's done. Yeah, Hake is done.
You could say sort of disproportionate representation, so that they're not.
Hey, Orion, thank you so much for the super chat and the support. Right on. Welcome to the Ballers Lounge. Enjoy it. Make sure you gorge on the snacks right away, since we are close to our landing. So make best use of your first class.
My grandparents were farmers in Michigan.
So what'd they say?
There was no Russian attack during Trump's
Hake
presidency.
report.
So Russia definitely didn't attack because of Trump, because Trump made NATO better funded. So if you're willing to engage in a hypothetical that Trump is definitely going to do something he never said that he's going to do, you need to also concede that Russia didn't attack during Trump's presidency on purpose.
No, I don't.
If you can't engage in hypotheticals, then you can't engage in either. So I reject.
No. See, here's a problem. Here's a problem. Here's a problem, Jeff.
There's no evidence for either of them.
I just want to hear Hake.
Okay,
Donald Trump. 1 second. But quickly after this, you gotta move. We gotta shift it to some other people.
Sat there and spent months trying to fight his brick on the release when a man, the worst person made
finish.
Oh.
Guys, we gotta throw it over to other people. We're gonna throw it over to.
He never said it, to clarify.
We gotta throw it over to Hake because other people are waiting.
Very, very low self-control, maybe.
The one who's saying he's gonna end all the endless wars. What
We gotta throw it over to Hake.
It's not Carver. Are you saying they didn't really get to Hake too much? Like they were just fighting against each other? I love when he was just him versus all of them.
The Jeb talk versus listening to Crenshaw talk is like the difference between a calm and reasonable man versus a shrill woman who's just worried. And
Get wrecked.
It's insane.
You're
Why do you have beef with women, though? You know, why do you have beef with women?
Let's go.
He knows what he's doing, and he can deal with the situation. He has the respect. Trump has the respect.
And just like a woman, she gets mad and starts cussing.
Why do you have beef with women, though?
Why do you have beef with women, though?
Why do you have beef with women?
And this guy over here, who I think Hake is complimenting, he's just like, oh, bro, yeah, man, we're on the side, but bro. I don't know. That's just my... Look, he grabs his face like, oh. He's like, oh. This is how you know Hake is the most based here. Clearly. You could be as conservative as you want. Yo, I'm so based. Oh, maybe you even talk about the Jews like, wow, you're so unique. You hate you make conclusions about people over hate. Look, there's fair things to be said about everyone, but most people, oh, you're unique. Oh, you even talk about the Jews, but women. Oh, no, we love women. Obviously we love women, but most people who say they love women are lying. And no. Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm conservative. Yeah, I'll talk about that, but that's too far for me. It's like you guys want to get the WQ is the real Q, is the real based and edgy question to be answered. But anyways.
Why do you have beef with women, though? You know, why do you have beef with women?
He knows what he's doing, and he can deal with the situation. He has the respect. Trump has the respect. Trump has the respect of our enemies.
Listen to the guy supporting you. Yeah, this is the types of guys that are around you.
And he has NATO doing what he wants. So he's handling it like a man. And that woman has no authority. She can't even deal with Bibi. So you guys.
Well, I mean, look at what she did.
He literally is saying that he will increase.
They went to war.
They're so emotional.
3 days after she went. That's how bad she failed. We can look at Trump as other examples. He
Anger and emotions makes you dumb.
held them accountable. I know that's a word that the Dims don't know. That's what happened with NATO. Held them accountable. They went and spent money.
Donald Trump hasn't been accountable. Okay, is he guilty of felonies?
General Salami.
Look at how under her skin he got. Alpha.
Is Donald Trump a felon?
He messed him up pretty good, didn't he?
Hold on the subject of accountability, is Donald Trump a felon?
Let's talk about North Korea. Hey, guess what? All this shit didn't work. Trump tried something new.
Hey,
Gibbs. Give him credit. Nothing's worked with
I know you're emotional right now, but I have a question for you.
I want to talk to him. Iran was terrible. Biden and him has just been bad for the Middle East. And on top of that, Trump said he would be willing to consider, he'd be willing to consider for all you on independence cutting funding to Israel if they went over the line. So this is something he's already said. So really, anytime the Dems sit here and say, "Oh, Trump didn't do this, didn't do that, he looks weak," it's really them lying and projecting their own terrible foreign policy.
Gibbs, on the subject of accountability, is Donald Trump a felon?
I love felons.
Is Donald Trump a felon?
Does it matter?
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I'm voting for him either way.
It's a good thing.
Seems like it would matter.
I'm voting for him either way. Do you hear yourself, though?
Yeah, I hear myself. I think it's for a law fan.
Listen.
I mean, you want me to lie?
Wait, so is this black guy a Kamala Harris supporter?
Wow. Oh yeah, I'm not voting for that guy. I mean,
I want you to. No. I don't want you to. I want you to reconcile those thoughts. I want you to use your big brain in your walrus with meat husk, and I want you to reconcile these things.
Male Democrats.
Wait. Okay.
Yo, I was at the voting thing. They opened up one right next to Bond, and I saw some guy there, and he went, and they had this, and he went up, and he seemed like an older white guy. He was tall, a little fat, and he goes and he takes his phone out and he takes a big smiling selfie, like I voted, and I'm like, male Democrat. I judged him. I'm like, yeah, that's a Democrat.
The question is, I'm sorry, I don't want to have us all yelling over and never hear the answer. The question was, does it matter that Donald Trump is now a 34-time convicted felon? The question was directed at Gibbs, and I know Hake also wanted to respond, so I wanted to get this.
And if it doesn't matter, tell me why you.
No, Hake is done. We're just catching some of this while we wait for the plane to do its final turn. Since we're done with the content, don't really want to get into anything else. We got other things that I want to save for, Monday or whatever. But once we're on our final turn, we got to focus hardcore. So you guys will kick back and relax a little bit while we get the plane down and safely.
care.
What
the fuck is wrong with you? You're like, oh, immigrants are criminals, so they're bad. If Donald Trump is a 34-time felon, then what the fuck? Just make it make sense to me.
I will tell you, because it's what I would like to call ticky-tack Mickey Mouse bullshit. That's what the case is.
34 times.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, first of all, we hear basically, oh no, the classified documents thing. Okay, wow.
Right, so you're not taking accountability. This is what
Why does he just go to that? Is this really how they really all are? Liberals, Democrats, and all that. They're just like, okay, well, let me go to something else. I mean, I know conservatives are too, but look, when I think of conservative, I think of Hake. I think of Jesse, okay? So I have a little bit of a higher standard. But yeah, just, so what about felonies? Just surface. You have to know, come on, he has to be a little smarter than that, right? You have to know you're playing a game when you're like that, right? You have to know you're playing a game like, he's a felon, so he's bad. Okay, but the felonies, it's like, let's get to it. Like, is it really that much of a criminal? This when so many of these cases thrown out, the ones that they are trying to stick on him, dubious with their credibility, and when you have like Joe Biden and doing the same thing and they won't go after him, so politically motivated. Oh, so you're just okay. So you're just so fine with felons. So you're just fine with felons. It's like they got to be a little smarter, right? They must know they're playing a political game and just trying to win and fight and thrill, right? They must know that in some part, right?
And then we got over here. Oh God, he was sitting here paid off hush money to a.
I gotta smoke.
Oh no, it's because he didn't want his wife to find out. Who knows? These are
he's high.
Terrible things. Just the worst. Like
he's one of them. He's one of them smart stoners. He's one of them. I'm smoking that presidential pack, and I can see the truth. I'm smarter than I don't know. I'm just judging. I'm just messing around judging. Wait, I'm filibustering myself a little bit as we get into our approach pattern for our flight.
To real issues, like so.
Yeah, character doesn't matter to you at all. I get it.
Because Trump is literally born for mediocre white men.
He has better character than me. I'm not a felon.
Jesus fucking kill me.
It all comes full circle. This is the same guy who tried to withhold military aid in exchange for like information on Joe Biden. Like this is it all comes full circle. It all comes full circle. So it just comes right back to the.
Bro, he sounds like me. Just like buzzwords. Like it all comes full circle. Like.
Policy thing. And about so
it's like my level of understanding of things.
Israel-Palestine thing, they've already admitted that Hamas is no longer at operational capacity. This war should be wrapping up now and figuring out what the next stages are. You know what Donald Trump says? I'm going to give Netanyahu more carte blanche to go crazy.
Yep.
On what? You already won. It's finished.
See, I love saying carte blanche for stuff.
That's war proliferation aircraft, Sparky.
Oh my God! Do you not believe in sovereignty?
I understand the price of war.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Sovereignty.
We're all yelling over each other.
I understand that the price of war is
genocide is that you are not.
But after all of the fighting, they have admitted, Israel itself has said, look, Hamas is no longer operational. I understand that civilians die in war, but thank God Hamas is no longer operational. So now it's not time to ramp up so we can make property on Gaza, like Jared Kushner said. Now it's time to like wrap up the conflict, figure out what kind of occupations that we're gonna have going on, and move forward. But Donald Trump says, oh no, we're actually gonna ramp it up. The dude's a horrible person for Ukraine, horrible for Israel. Why are we even like, he's a bum? What are we talking about right now?
We're gonna do the felon question.
First of all,
I'm a man of peace.
Hold on, please let me. I've been trying to jump in here for a while.
Okay, Sparky,
look,
but Sparky,
you got one thing. Oh, you got one thing right,
Sparky. I'll get you to it. You are on the list, but I did want to hear what Hake had to say about the felon thing. I did.
Thank you.
Hake, so I don't want to lie to him.
Okay. Yeah, the felon thing. It just makes the courts.
Dylan likes Hake.
Them look bad.
Dylan gets it. I like Dylan.
It just shows you that there's a bunch of blind, brainwashed juries and liberals in the government and the court system that are willing to go after Trump because he was for the country and he was told the truth, and they can't have that. They can't have a real man.
The
in
truth
office.
is that he's a felon.
I'm fine with that.
A real
man, a man who stands like this at an angle is what y'all. That's y'all's real man.
It's a redemption story. He went from felon to president. It sounds like a good movie.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna throw it over. I want to throw it over to Jeb because I'm throwing it over to Jeb because Jeb is on the right, but he facepalmed so hard after hearing what Hake said. So I wanted to give him an opportunity. Then we're gonna go back to the list.
Yeah, I mean, this idea that everybody who touched that case is somehow awful because Trump is a felon, okay? Do I agree with
This guy? This is your conservatives, folks. These are your young Republicans and just so reasonable. They're always just so reasonable. I'm just a reasonable guy. Okay, if women look, men shouldn't be in women's sports, but if women can hack it, let them play with the men. I'm a reasonable guy. These are your reasonable conservatives. I'm reasonable. Okay? These reasonable conservatives, they really truly inside. And here I go judging. Look, okay, maybe I'm judging. But the inside, they really want to be accepted. They're like, all I got to do is make them see the facts, and they'll see that I'm right, and then we'll be cool together, and then they'll accept me. So I got to stay with the facts and stay factual. And you know what? Trump is a felon. And these same guys will go around saying, yeah, but the media's fake. There's no justice system anymore. Oh, yeah, but he is kind of I guess I should be reasonable. Beta.
with Andrew Cuomo, Democrat, former AG of New York, that Trump probably shouldn't have been charged the same way most people aren't charged for that crime? Yes. He is a felon, though, and he will be a felon again in a more important way with the documents case and potentially with the Jack Smith indictment. And it does matter to me, but I want to give an empathetic case as to why it doesn't matter to a lot of voters. There's a lot of swing state.
Oh, it matters to me. See, guys, I'm reasonable, but let me explain why it's not that big of a deal. But look, I want you guys to know. Don't forget, I'm the reasonable conservative guy. Look, I see your way too. I see it all. It's too easy, man. It's just no. All right, folks. Hope you've been enjoying the show so far. But we are, in fact, currently on our descent pattern. So kick back a little bit while we get all situated here. Wait, hold on. Yeah, kick back a little bit because we got to focus on the landing. I appreciate you being with us today. Kick back a little bit. Flight attendants will be coming down. Flight attendants will be coming down and getting the cabin prepared for landing. So if you could please raise all your trays in the upward position and make sure that your devices remain in airplane mode until we land and you are off the plane. And also make sure that your seatbelts are on while we are descending, and all laptops and larger devices must be put away. Flight attendants will be coming down to pick up all the garbage and begin you prepared for landing. Thank you very much. Sorry about that, folks. Coming in for our final. Oops. Runway in the distance. Gear down. Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, your local time is 10:01 p.m. I do appreciate you enjoying the flight today. Make sure before you get on up that you don't go around just willy-nilly taking stuff and open up the overhead compartments without checking. We've had maybe a bit of a bumpy flight, so be a little careful when you're opening up those overhead compartments. And make sure you thank our lovely flight attendants on your way out. They'll be there to help you if you need any connecting flights and information, folks. But other than that, let me thank you as your captain, the American Anchor Baby, for always flying Anchor Baby Airlines, as we know you have many options to fly. Thanks for choosing us. That's the show, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We landed beautifully and safely. Beautiful and safe landing. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday. That's the super chats. That's all the calls. That's the topics. That's everything, folks. That's it from me. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you Sunday, Monday, and beyond, okay? Thank you, everybody. Take care.